Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Finance Show. I'm your host, Ian Lynch. Today we're going to discuss the looming possibility of a U.S. government shutdown and what it means for investments. So let's get into it. I have a couple articles we're going to review briefly. Very briefly, and then we're going to watch a little video from President Biden on what he has to say about the potential shutdown, and then lastly, we will discuss potential effects of the shutdown on the average investor, 401ks, things like that. So here we have this cool Reuters article from Moira Warburton and David Morgan. I will link their article in the video description, saying a partial U.S. government shutdown is just 4 days away as the congressional standoff continues. Here we have House Speaker McCarthy, and I'm not going to read through this whole article, but essentially McCarthy rejected a funding bill today, bringing the government closer to its fourth partial shutdown of the U.S. government in a decade. So this is obviously not the first time a shutdown has happened. We're going to get into the specifics of what a shutdown means in terms of government services, agencies, things like that. But it would lead to the furlough of hundreds of thousands of federal workers and a suspension of wide-ranging government services, from economic data to nutrition benefits. This is related to discretionary federal spending, not mandatory federal spending. So I guess you could say less important things, but obviously they're still really important, things like the Department of Education. We're going to get into it. But they have to get this done by October 1st. You know, you got Schumer, McCarthy duking it out in the ring, trying to get this done. Blah, 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 a ton of politics. The Republicans want to reduce federal spending for this year. The Democrats do not want to. And let's get into more specifics. So here's a great CNBC article by Greg Iakurchi. This was a fantastic article, so well done. I'll link this as well. Shutdown coming October 1 unless Congress passes legislation. Non-essential functions would cease. Federal workers won't get paychecks. Some federal benefits and customer service or student loans borrowers can be delayed. So let's breeze through this, and I'm going to play a clip by Biden, and then we're going to keep moving on. Government shutdown looms over the weekend. Everything from delayed paychecks and federal benefits to long waits at airports. More likely than not, we're going to see a government shutdown. The question is for how long. Federal government ceases operations that are deemed non-essential. And it's going to occur if legislators can't finish this appropriations process on time. There have been 14 shutdowns since 1980, most recently in 2018, which was also the longest, lasting 34 days. Affects discretionary spending, not mandatory spending like Social Security and Medicare, which accounts for approximately 27% of the federal budget. And let's hear from Biden.
And I'll just say, if we have a government shutdown, a lot of vital work in science and health could be impacted, from cancer research to food safety. So the American people need our Republican friends in the House of Representatives to do their job. Fund the government. We got a lot to discuss, so let's get this meeting started. I'd rather hear from you than me. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you think the government shutdown is inevitable right now?
I don't think anything's inevitable in politics.
So Biden says nothing is inevitable, or he doesn't think anything's inevitable in politics. So I would say that means he doesn't think it's not clear what Biden thinks, I guess. However, he wants to get it done. He wants legislators to get this done. So here's this last article, another CNBC, this one by Ryan Ermey. Will government shutdown hurt your investments? The headline answer is no, says analyst. So same deal here. October 1, government will shut down. Non-essential government comes to a halt. Some 4 million federal employees foregoing pay until the shutdown ends. However, mandatory benefits, Social Security, Veteran Affairs benefits. But is a shutdown likely to have a negative impact on my portfolio? The headline answer is no. Historically, government shutdowns have not had an impact on markets. Markets have been there before and emerged unscathed. Since 1975, there have been 21 government shutdowns, which last 8 days on average. If you look back at all those shutdowns, like an average return, the S&P 500 is actually positive 0.1%, essentially flat. Put simply, historically, government shutdowns have not had an impact on markets. One reason for investors' attitude is that they know any economic disruptions are temporary. While government employees may not see paycheck during a shutdown, they receive back pay when things resume. Just shifts things around. Things tend to be short-lived. That's not to say markets might not get jumpy, but unless this becomes an incredibly prolonged situation, things should rebound nicely. And that's really that. While unnerving, concerns about shutdown shouldn't change investors' long-term investment plans. And there you have it. Another episode of the Climb Finance Show, where we discuss markets, business, investments, you name it. We're here, we're talking about it. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Check out the links to these articles in the description. Share this with your friends. Give me a thumbs up, a subscribe, a like, comment. Let me know what you'd like to hear about next. Peace out.